Welcome to Big History class. My name is Brian Lindstrom, and I'm going to be the instructor for Big History here. And we are excited to introduce ourselves and talk about what Big History is. And before we get into that, I want to take a few minutes to kind of talk about my family. This is my crew right here. I have an 8th grader, a 6th grader, and a 3rd grader. I've actually been teaching in Rochester Community Schools for 17 years. And some of the other pictures that are on the bottom with this, I was actually a principal last year at Ruther Middle School, and before that I was one of the principals at the virtual campus. So I took 2 years off and I'm now back here at Rochester Adams High School, and I'm super excited to be back teaching Big History. So before we get going any further, I'd also like to introduce this year we are having a co-teacher. His name is Mr. Grabowski. He graduated from Rochester High School and Oakland University. There's a few pictures of him here. Mr. Grabowski is going to be in the classroom with us and helping out on a day-to-day basis. So when we start talking about Big History, the big question is, what is Big History? And we love to say that it's all about perspective, right? And as we go through and look at things, we're looking through different perspectives of not just a scientific lens, a social studies lens, a historical lens, but lenses that really kind of lead and meld this into one big story of the creation of our universe and what we call the modern origin story, all the way up to what are the implications for humans right now and in the future. So we talk about perspective a lot in this class. We also like to ask big questions, right? And the way that we tackle this subject is that we're going to put the questions first before gathering evidence to answer the question. And usually in school, you're presented with some evidence, you're asked a few questions, and then you move on. But in this class, we like to put the big questions first, right? How did this happen? How was this created? And then we go through and take a look at the evidence that supports the answers to those questions. In this class, we'll be using an online website. So everything is posted online. You as the parents are more than welcome to go ahead and log into the Big History website yourself. You can create your own account. The students have done so and are able to go around the different sections and take a look at the curriculum and the material. It's all posted on there. So it's under the OER project, Big History site, and that's kind of a snip of what it looks like once you log in. It's broken up into thresholds, and every threshold has an investigation. And so one of the cool things with this class is that all of the problems that we're going to take a look at are through investigations. Why did this happen? Give us your evidence. Use the reasoning from the reading materials and from the videos that we watch to go ahead and answer the questions for those investigations. As far as classroom materials and where they are posted, we're going to post everything on Google Classroom. So we've had the students log into Google Classroom. We have a handful of different pieces that we'll be using. There's a perusal, which is actually an online way to have a conversation as you're reading. We have the OER project toolkit. We have a GimKit class, which the kids have played a game already with that stuff. And then we're going to post all of our materials. So if your student is missing class that day, we ask them to go to the Google Classroom website where stuff will be posted, and they will get notifications of the assignments and when they're due and when they're to be turned in. All right, materials needed. So this is a big piece with this. So the materials that students are going to need every day is a notebook. We will pause the videos. We will have them writing down and making their own questions. They will be we'll be working on note taking. So we ask that each kid has their own notebook. We also ask that they bring their Chromebook charged to class. And since everything is online, we are on our Chromebooks a lot, doing the research and taking a look at the materials that are needed for this course. My contact information is right here on this page, blindstrom@rochester.k12.mi.us, and I've also included Mr. Grabowski's contact information here as well. And our phone extension, which goes to our voicemail, is 6101. You can leave a voicemail, and we'll make sure that we get back to you as soon as possible. So, super excited about Big History, super excited to have this freshman group of kids coming in. I know many of them from being in and around the community, and at any point in time, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Have a good one.